NBA Players Association Chief Michelle Roberts telling Ramona Shelburne players want to play. That's the overwhelming sentiment that she's received in the team-by-team virtual calls she's held. What they want, though, is some clarity on how that's going to happen. Saturday, coming to report, the league is in exploratory talks about resuming the season at ESPN's Wide World of Sports complex. There it is in Orlando, Florida. Here's what Michelle Roberts told ESPN, quote, "It's time. It's time. It's been 2.5 months of what if. My players need some level of certainty. I think everybody does," close quote. Roberts plans to speak with players on all 30 teams in the coming week. We speak now to NBA insider Brian Windhurst joining us on SportsCenter. Brian, what are the scenarios now that the NBA is considering?
Yeah, there's several different things, and I want to be clear, even though Michelle Roberts is saying that, not every player, not every team wants the same thing. In talking to teams over the last 24 hours, a lot of them don't really know what's going on here. They're asking reporters, do we know? Because there's a lot of stuff in the dark. Obviously, if you are in 7th or 8th place, you don't want to play in tournament. You just want to make sure you make the playoffs. If you're in 11th or 12th, you may want to play in tournament. If you're in a situation where you're a top seed, you may want a few games to warm up for the playoffs. And if you're other teams, you may not want to play at all. And so all of those things are technically on the table, but it's unclear how they're actually going to go about this, whether it's going to be a vote of the owners, whether it's going to be negotiated with the players, or whether it's just going to be Adam Silver issuing an edict.
What are teams saying, players you're speaking to, about the options that they are being offered right now?
Yeah, so the more people I talk to, the more people don't believe this is going to be all 30 teams returning. Now, I want to be clear, that is, the 30 teams returning is still on the table. No one's saying it's not, but most people think that it's lining up to be less than the full league, and it's going to be an advancement into some sort of playoff. Will it be traditional 16-team playoff, or will it be a play-in tournament? That is all under discussion. But from what I understand in talking to people, the two people at the center of this are Chris Paul and Adam Silver, working side by side as the head of the Players Union and the commissioner, trying to figure out how this makes sense. And I want to remind everybody that back last fall, it was Chris Paul and Adam Silver who worked together in individual phone calls and text messages to put together the All-Star changes. They have a history of making this work together. And one thing that Michelle Roberts told Ramona Shelburne, which is very important, the players may be willing to go forward here without holding a vote. And that means that they're putting incredible trust in Adam Silver and incredible trust in Chris Paul to work this out.
Without a vote, despite some of the dissenting voices that you mentioned, because we are hearing the word overwhelmingly from Michelle Roberts, but that is not unanimously. So over whatever concerns there might be among a certain percentage of the NBA players.
Yeah, she left open that they could have a vote, but as we look at other sports, specifically baseball, making a deal with the union is just as hard as creating a plan to come back. Adam Silver has done a terrific job to get alignment from the owners and get alignment from the players to work together during this, and that may pay off as they pull together a deal. The expectation is that the owners on Friday will have something to vote on, which means between now and then, there's a whole lot of haggling and positioning and lobbying behind